What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I am back today to give you a review of the New Balance 1500 in this 35th anniversary colorway. The New Balance 1500 is one of the brand's most iconic silhouettes of all time. Originally released in 1989 and designed by the legendary Stephen Smith, these originally were released as a running shoe and it was worn famously by former President Bill Clinton. Nowadays though, it's strictly just a lifestyle casual use sneaker, and this year marks the silhouette's 35th anniversary. So these released here in Canada in the beginning of April and they retailed for a price of $260 US or $325 here in Canada. The official colorway for this shoe is dark gull gray, cool gray, and dove, and the style code is U1500ANI. So I know right now the New Balance 1500 doesn't get as much love as other silhouettes, for example like the 990 series, the 992, 993, and of course the very popular 2002R and 1906R type. But for many New Balance collectors out there that have been fans of the brand for a long time, the 1500 is arguably at the top of their list. So this special colorway comes dressed with premium materials, and the colorway of this shoe is said to be inspired by a former Japanese exclusive prestige colorway. So first off, here's a quick look at the packaging. So this is your normal natural colored cardboard box, but it has a sleeve on it which mimics the look of the original packaging from 1989. So fun fact, the 1500 back in '89 released in 3 different forms. So there was the running shoe variation, which is the one I'm reviewing right now. There's also a basketball version and a tennis version as well. So that's why they call it the 1500 series, because there was technically 3 silhouettes under this one banner. So diving into the details of this shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, this is covered in this light gray colored mesh, and then overlaid on top of this in this diagonal fashion, we have this reflective silver 3M layer. Right above this towards the laces, we have this synthetic tumbled leather in gray, and then surrounding the front toe cap, we have this genuine nubuck, which feels very soft, very buttery, and kind of delicate to the touch, to be honest, and this is done in more of a darker gray tone. In between this light gray synthetic leather and the mid panel, we have another reflective panel here which is overlaid with this black colored mesh on top. And then as I just mentioned, covering the mid panel, we have another dark gray nubuck layer, and we have this New Balance shadow logo which is embroidered on the panel in this white color. Moving downwards, surrounding the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have what feels like more of a synthetic light colored nubuck, and this wraps around the top portion of the heel. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have another nubuck panel. We have 1500 embroidered on the lateral side. There's a small layer of reflective silver 3M covering the middle of the heel, and we have this retro NB branding embroidered on the top in navy blue. As far as the laces go, so this pair comes with 2 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is a flat style light gray colored lace, but they also come with a darker gray lace as well if you want to give the shoe a little bit more of a darker, more contrast look. Underneath this, the tongue is primarily constructed out of a mesh layer. However, the top of the tongue is covered with a synthetic light gray colored nubuck, and we have New Balance Made in England branding embroidered across in dark blue. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lightly padded and it's covered in a light gray colored liner. And then as far as the insoles go, these come with a decently thick foam line insole. It's finished in this light gray finish on top, and we have end cap 1500 series branding pressed onto the heel in dark blue. So the upper of the 1500 sits atop this polyurethane foam midsole, which is painted in this vintage looking off-white color. Within this midsole, we also have an end cap wedge, which is basically a dual density foam setup consisting of a softer EVA core in the middle, surrounded by a stiffer polyurethane rim. And as you can see, we have end cap branding on the lateral side, along with New Balance branding right above it. Finally, turning the shoe over to the bottom, so this outsole is constructed out of 3 tones of rubber. On the forefoot, we have this diagonal shaped traction pattern. Running down the center, we have this dark blue colored wedge with New Balance 1500 branding, along with another overlay of rubber on the heel, which seems a little bit thicker for added durability. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And in terms of how these fit, so the 1500 is a shoe that fits pretty true to size in my opinion. If anything, it's one that you may consider going up half a size, but I would definitely not recommend going down half a size. So my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10 and they fit me really well, a little bit more on the snug side though. So if you have a really wide foot, you'd probably be better off going up half a size, but for everyone else, just stick true to size and you should be okay. To give you guys a point of comparison, I got these in a size 10, which is true to size, whereas I go a half size down in a lot of made in USA models like the 992, 993, 990 V3, V4, V5, and V6. Whereas I also stick true to size or a size 10 in other silhouettes like the 991 V1 and V2, the 2002R, 1906R, and 860 V2. Moving on to the comfort, so unfortunately the 1500 in my opinion is one of the silhouettes that I feel is pretty uncomfortable. It feels very firm, especially underneath the heel, and just by looking at the shape of this midsole, you can see that the forefoot area specifically, it's very thin. It's very minimal in terms of padding over here, so I guess one of the pros for that is you get a lot of ground feel, but the drawback is it's a very firm feeling sneaker. There's pretty much zero plushness to it, so it comes down to personal preference on how you like your shoes to feel. But generally speaking, I don't find them to be that comfortable whatsoever. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality I have to say was pretty good. Though they do use synthetic materials, which is something that New Balance typically does, the genuine nubuck on this shoe though feels and looks very good. I also love the variety of the materials used on this shoe. We have these open style meshes, we have reflective panels, but it comes together very well in this very nice, complete looking package. And in terms of the build quality, it wasn't the best, honestly. My pair had a lot of really long threads that I had to get some tiny scissors to trim down myself. I know that doesn't affect the structural integrity of the shoe or anything like that, but when you're calling this a 35th anniversary of the 1500, I would have expected a little bit better quality control or quality assurance. But other than that, I thought the panels were consistent between both feet, there weren't any glue stains, and the paint job was decent. So I guess it's really just me kind of nitpicking, but it was definitely noticeable, and there was a lot of threading that I did have to clean up. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. Like I said earlier, I know the 1500 nowadays isn't that popular of a silhouette, but to me, it's always going to be one of those iconic New Balance shoes. And I'm always down to celebrate anniversaries, even though they've celebrated the 1500 many times already in the past few years. And I'm sure they're going to celebrate this when it comes to the 40th and 50th anniversary. But hey, 35th anniversary, I'll take it. This is a clean, very dope, very mature colorway. And if you can get these for a discounted price, why not? At least here in Canada, the New Balance website has all sizes still sitting. So again, I'd hold off, wait for these to eventually go on sale, and pick these up for a good price. So leave your thoughts down below. Let me know, what do you guys think about this New Balance 1500 35th anniversary? What are your overall thoughts on this pair? What are your thoughts on this colorway? Is it too simple for you? Are you feeling the whole gray tone look of the shoe? Drop your thoughts down below. And as usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X or Twitter at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review. Appreciate the continued love and support, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.